Bring in ABC News contributor Brian Buckmire, host of the Law and Crime Network, who was able to watch the court hearing today on a video feed. Good to see you, Brian. It's already day one. We heard testimony from one of R. Kelly's accusers. What did she have to say?
Thank you, Lindsay. So yes, we did hear from one of the accusers of R. Kelly, Jane Doe number 4. We heard about how she met R. Kelly, that she actually was at his last trial where he was acquitted and bumped into him there on a number of occasions. She told us about how she lied that she was 19 rather than 16, and about how R. Kelly raped her and took her virginity after he found out that she lied about her age. She continued with the story of how she not only continued that relationship with R. Kelly, but also introduced him to one of her friends. Talked about the relationship they had and the control that he had over her. Again, feeding into the prosecution's theory that this is an individual who's not only taking advantage of young girls, but controlling them in every way, shape, or form.
Did you get any sense of how her testimony may have landed with the jury?
I think extremely well. So for us watching the court, we can't see the jury at all. The way the video is set up is that we can see the accuser testifying, we can see the judge, we can see R. Kelly, we can see everyone. But we can hear what's going on in the courtroom, we can hear her words, and at least for those who are in the room that I'm with, that being other people from the media, we can hear how impassioned her words are, we can hear how hurt she was and how the act of raping her and taking her virginity in the way that she described would have affected anyone within earshot. So I think it landed very well with the jury and very well for the prosecution.
The prosecution had the chance to introduce its entire case today to the jury. What points did they highlight in particular?
So prior to going through each and every one of the Jane Does and how those allegations fit with things like bribery or keeping an individual captive and kidnapping or transmitting herpes to an underage girls, they started off by talking about what this case was and wasn't about. That it wasn't about R. Kelly's sexual preferences or an individual who likes to party, but it was about an individual who was committing the act of statutory rape and creating child pornography in the means of an enterprise of runners, producers, managers who understood who R. Kelly was, what he wanted, and how he wanted to be pleased, and they facilitated bringing these women to him, grooming them in a way that created this RICO Act, that created these Mann Act violations, and set the stage for what the witnesses would testify to.
We also heard from R. Kelly's attorney today, who portrayed the singer as the real victim here. What was her argument? Did you find that compelling?
So the argument is that this is buyer's remorse. It's the same thing that we heard in the trial of Harvey Weinstein or other people who we claim to say they fall from grace, people of power, who have the ability to attract people. A lot of these accusers are saying they bumped into him at a concert, at McDonald's, at his trial, and that his aura, persona attracted them. And so when they talk about him being a victim, they're trying to make it seem like they're out for money, they're doing this because they want to get close to his fame, and that there's buyer's remorse in that after the relationship was ended and ended in a sour way, they are committing these acts of accusing him of these crimes, and he in fact is the victim here because these are consensual relationships, even though he's having multiple partners at a time, but he is the victim of their revenge.
Brian Buckmire, we thank you so much. Know that you'll stay on top of this trial for us.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.